ladies, I'm Marie from Humblebee and Me, and holy moly, it is already time for me to share my first Christmas soap of the 2021 holiday Christmas gifting making season. This beautiful red bar with a frosty shimmery top is Frosted Cranberry cold processed soap. And yes, Frosted Cranberry is one of my Christmas themes for this year, so stay tuned for heaps more Frosted Cranberry themed formulations that you can make and give to everyone that you love. The aesthetic that I was going for with this soap was a frosted cranberry, so you know, the bulk of the bar is the cranberry, and then the topping is a silver white mica, and that's the frost. The color comes from a blend of two different micas, one from TKB Trading and one from YellowBee. And then the scent is a frosted cranapple fragrance oil from YellowBee, which is really wonderfully fresh and cool and juicy and very well suited. Both the fragrance and the mica from YellowBee were gifted. For the fat blend, I tried something new and very easy. I used a Brambleberry quick mix blend of fats that they gifted me. They do provide the breakdown of their fat blend, so you don't need to buy their quick mix, but it sure does make it easy. This is the Lots of Lather one. If you are using the quick mix, you'll just use their soap calculator on their website, and you just type in like the weight of how much of the quick mix that you're using, and then it spits out, you know, all the lye and the water numbers, everything for you, and you're off to the races. It was really, really easy. Their Lots of Lather quick mix is vegan, so are these bars of soap. But you can definitely make this soap using a different fat blend if you know that is what you want to do. It's really quite simple, right? We're not worried about making sure that the fat blend will have the fluidity required to create really fancy swirls or anything. It's a solid color poured into a mold. So if you want to use a fat blend that is near and dear to your heart, that you've had very good experiences with, or perhaps that you just have lots of ingredients for, absolutely feel free to do that as well. I feel pretty darn confident that it will work. Making this is really very simple. It's a very newbie friendly soap. The fragrance didn't cause any acceleration or any problems or challenges. Everything just came together really, really beautifully. So if you are new to soap making and thinking, hey, I would like to gift my friends and family some handmade soap this holiday season, this is a great place to start. As always, if you are looking for more information on this soap, make sure you're reading the partner blog post linked in the description box below this video. You'll find everything written out there, information on the superfat, links to a tutorial on how to use a soap calculator, links to Brambleberry's soap calculator if you're using their quick mix, information on what is in the quick mix so you can blend it yourself if you want. Just, yeah, heaps more information in the blog post linked below. Give that a read and let's get soaping. Before we start soaping, I want to do a bit of a tour of everything that I've got out here of my workspace. So in the pot, we've got our oils and they have been melted and then cooled to just a little bit warmer than room temperature. We have our sodium hydroxide solution here, also cooled to just a bit warmer than room temperature. We've got some kaolin clay here, just white kaolin clay. We've got our micas pre-dispersed in a bit of castor oil and our fragrance. I have our immersion blender for the blending. Paper towel always comes in handy. And then for our molds, I was going to use my normal wooden mold, but this batch won't quite fill it and I can't find the dividers. They seem to have gone missing during my move. So I'm going to be using this silicone loaf mold, which I believe I ordered off of AliExpress quite a while ago. And then I know there's going to be a bit of extra, so I'll be using this gifted Brambleberry round soap cavity mold for any remaining batter. We'll be sprinkling the top of the soap with a silver white mica, and so I've got the mica here and a sieve to sort of tap, 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 and dust the top of the soap all lovely like. So my first step, I'm going to add the clay to the fats and blend that in. Once the clay is all blended in, we're going to gently add our sodium hydroxide solution. Just pouring it onto the spatula to reduce splashing potential. That a bit of a stir with the blender head. And then I'm going to start blending. I haven't worked with this fat blend before, so I'll be curious to see how it traces and how this goes. Oh, this is coming along really nicely. Gorgeous. I think I'm going to get some color going on in here. For color, this is a mixture of mostly TKB Trading's Glitter Bordeaux and then a little bit of Passionate Kiss from YellowBee, really just with the aim of it being the color of cranberries. I thought that the Bordeaux was quite close, but I wanted it to be just a little bit cooler, and that's where the Passionate Kiss comes in. Okay, color-wise, I'm pretty happy with this. I did definitely have to add quite a bit more of the micas to get the saturation level I wanted. But yeah, this is just a lovely, very fresh, fruity, cranberry-esque hue. So our next step is going to be adding our fragrance. This fragrance is Frosted Cranapple. This was a gift from YellowBee, and I thought it would be a really lovely fit with this theme. I was able to ask Ivan, who owns and runs YellowBee, if this fragrance oil sort of does any funny things in soap, and he assures me that it does not, which is lovely to know ahead of time. Just putting the blender into the lye jug off camera there, making sure to give this a nice stir, make sure I'm scraping down the edges, getting everything in here. So this has definitely thickened up as I have been working with it, but it's still a very workable consistency. I'm really impressed with this this fat blend from Brambleberry, and it is vegan. So I know I'm often asked about vegan soaps, and this is one. We are mold ready. I'm gonna try and make sure that this comes across well on camera. Okie dokie. In we go. Thankfully, all that extra blending that I did to incorporate those extra micas means that this soap is now a good sculpting consistency. Kind of doing a zigzag there with the back of a spoon. Grab our little thin spatula and just go around the edges a bit. Then this one, I think I might do a bit of a swirl, just because I can. Our last step is dusting this and making it all frosted for the frosted cranberry part. So I will grab our silver white mica. This is one that I bought from New Directions Aromatics ages ago. So they call it silver, but you really want something silver white, not something that's kind of a gray silver. Something that, you know, reminds you of frost. All right, well, that smells lovely, that looks lovely, and all that's left now is to leave these to saponify. So I'm going to set these aside somewhere out of the way in my studio, and then, yeah, we'll come back to slice them. And I'll go do some reading up on the Brambleberry website to see what people say about, how quickly you should slice these. I'm guessing somewhere around 24 hours from what the fat blend is, but yeah, I will see you later and we will see what is happening in there. So it's been about 26 hours and I kind of came in and gave a bit of a pull to the sides of the mold here, and you can see that it's coming away quite nicely. So I think we should be ready to unmold. I'm going to start with the little wee one. That got a bit sort of misshapen there. So before I take this one out, I'm going to put it in the freezer for a while to really firm it up. Worked out quite nicely that we had this little one as a sort of a test, but I love how the color came out. I'm loving that kind of that frosted cranberry look that we were going for. So into the freezer this goes. This has been in the freezer for I think about 4 hours. Wrote some blog posts and took Lottie for a walk, had some dinner. So it's nice and solid. So I'm gonna press it out of the mold now and probably mark out our cut lines and then let it thaw before it gets sliced. I'm really happy with how this cranberry color turned out, and I think the top looks beautiful. And yes, it is definitely very frozen. I'm just gonna freehand eyeball these divisions. It actually feels softer than I thought it would, so let's give one slice a try and see how that goes. Actually worked pretty well. Ooh, that looks gorgeous. Lovely. All right. So I'm slicing through the side rather than through the top so I don't drag the mica topping through the bars. With mica, it's not the end of the world. You can just, wipe it off. If you have something like cranberry seeds, for instance, sprinkled on the top, you would definitely want to be cutting through the side because those will drag through the bar and leave like claw marks down them. I let these completely thaw out overnight after slicing them. But yeah, here we are. This is our frosted cranberry Christmas soap. I really love how this color turned out. This is like exactly the cranberry-ish hue I was hoping for, and I love the frosted cap on it, and they smell fantastic. The last step here is to let them age for about 3 weeks, and then they're ready for gifting. Thank you so much. Please make sure you are reading the full partner blog post for everything written out, all the amounts of oils and information on superfatting and how much clay and all that good stuff. But thank you so much for watching, and happy soaping. I'll see you next time.